A couple of days ago, I stated on one of my ESA assessment videos that I have no friends. And that is as true a statement as I could possibly make. The reason is circumstances in my earlier life meant that a lot of the people who said they were my friends turned their backs on me or betrayed me in some way. So something happened in the mid 90s where I was caught between two friends where I couldn't then go out with both of them together, and I had to slag one off to the other while I was with them, and then vice versa. So I decided, because circumstances put me in that position, that I wouldn't have friends. I would have acquaintances. And that was for self-protection. Now, some people have been upset at the fact that I say I have no friends. I know people. They are acquaintances. I would do anything for my acquaintances, as much as I would for what I would consider a true friend. But there are certain things that they have done that stop them becoming a friend. I was open to the possibility of having friends again. But there have been things like not being able to express myself either online or in person, which stopped them from ever getting to the point of being friends. My last absolute friend, who then turned around and betrayed me, was in 2005. So I don't go looking for friends. If I meet someone and they become an acquaintance, I am open to the possibility of them becoming friends, but it hasn't happened. Not properly. It's got close a couple of times, people I thought were friends, and then they sort of up and left. There were a couple of people, especially up to 2014, who I thought were, pretty much on the track to becoming actual friends. But again, it was this not being able to express myself. And I don't ask much of friends. All I ask is that, we can have rows, we can disagree on stuff, but allow me to express myself in the way I wish to express myself, using the language that I need to express myself, or express myself in my postings to back up the things that I am passionate about. So politics, animal rights, and stuff like that. And I'm very anti-animal cruelty, and occasionally there will be pictures that accompany online petitions that I post on my Facebook that come with pictures that are not very nice. But so one of the rules of getting to be a friend of mine is let me express myself. Like I said, we can disagree and everything. That's fine, so long as you allow me to express my way. We can agree to disagree on things that we disagree on. I also expect of a friend that there is as much give and take, or equal amounts of give and take. And I expect a friend, as I would be for them, there for me when I need them the most. Now I know family matters trump friendships, even though I have a very difficult relationship with my family. Really, I if they have a problem, that will trump a friend's problem. But if there is not a family problem going on, I expect them to be there as I would be for them, as I was for the friend who betrayed me in 2005. All I expect, other than the things I've already said, is although there will always be give and take within a relationship, all I expect of someone is for them to listen to me, because my whole life I have been marginalized, rendered voiceless. That is as much in my family as it has been in every other walk of life. So I expect anyone who wants to be my friend to actually listen to me, respecting the fact that I have to express myself with certain language in certain ways. And it's not even offensive language that some people have taken offense at. It's one particular word surrounding how I feel, as particularly at the moment, which I won't go into here. I've also got 302 friends on Facebook. 99.9% of those people I've never met in real life. You can't really have a friendship with someone you've never met. About 80% of those people are people that I went on the I play games on Facebook, so I went on the fan pages for those games and went on the add me to get help. And I do that. I do reciprocal help with people who want to help, who want help and will give help back to get on with the games, because playing the games on Facebook allows me what I call a little victory. You know, if I achieve a quest or even just a task on a game, I feel like I've achieved a little victory, so I feel a little better about myself. There are about 3 or 4 people that I actually know in real life. Again, although they've come close to being friends, they, in real life, they don't make the cut because they have stifled me in certain ways. There is a group on Facebook of lovely women who all have a passion for animals and have supported me when all my animals, all my pets that I've had in the past have either become ill or had to be put down or died of natural causes. But again, most of them do not live in, most of them don't live in this country, so I wouldn't be able to rely on them to sort of come to me and, you know, hold my hand or hug me when I am upset about something. That's not their fault. I mean, a lot of this stuff is not the fault of the person, because it's circumstances, it's geography or something like that. So that's why I say I can't rely on anybody, because I haven't got anyone close by. But online, they are that group, that particular group, I won't mention it because it's a private group, is my family, is as close to my family, but even they don't know me. That the other thing that makes a friend is they know you. You can pour your heart out to them, tell them secrets you may not even be able to tell your family. And there was only one person who got to that in the real world. And in 2014, I kind of got abandoned by him, to the point where I was sending emails and text messages and not being completely blanked. There may be reasons for it, but I couldn't even get through on his phone. So, I would phone with caller ID showing, so he would know who was calling, and wouldn't pick up. And yet I phoned with caller ID blocked, and he picked up. So it's like he was trying to ignore me. And I actually wanted to get involved in a project with him. I showed him all my PowerPoint that I'd created, and shortly after that, he just blanked me. So, but he was probably the closest I have had to getting a friend. The group on Facebook that I talked about, they are as close to friends as someone online who I've never met in real life can ever be. There is one person who I met online who I have met but not to speak to in any great depth. Her name is Simone, and she is wonderful. She came to at least one of my mental health events, and actually, even though she didn't know me from Adam really, offered to come and pick me up when I was in Chelmsford, which is quite a distance from where I am. And she was lovely, but again, I can't consider her a friend because I've only known her to say hello to when she's appeared at my events. So there's that. So I hope I haven't upset Simone if she's seen any of the videos. It's very difficult to have a friend for me. I tried my hardest when I was a kid, and I was constantly being rejected. And that was when I was a nicer person than I am now. I've become quite hardened. And the only person who I could actually call a friend right now is my ex-wife. But because she has been part of my family, because we've had an intimate relationship, I can't really consider her a friend. She is my ex-wife, and I will do anything for her. Absolutely anything. If she asks me to do something, if I've got nothing that conflicts with that, I will do it, and I will even try and move stuff around. Because she is, I think we actually betrayed each other by getting married. Because although we started out as pen pals, we did meet, and she's never judged me on how I express myself. She knows me, even before we got married. She knew me quite intimately through our letter writing, and we did get to meet. I think we should have left it as us just being friends. So although she is the closest thing I've got to a friend, because I can tell her anything, although there are still secrets, there are certain things you can't tell even your closest friend. I can't keep relying on her because we are no longer married. She wants to build a life on her own. And I want that for her. So I can't really rely on her, although I do. She does a lot for me and I do a lot for her. So we rely on each other quite a lot. But I shouldn't have to rely on her. And it's just a nightmare. And because of how so-called friends have treated me in the past, I have become very distrustful and very angry towards the human race in general. The things that are going on in the political realm don't make it any easier. And so I, in some ways, have chosen to be alone, to have no friends. But it's also, I've been forced into that position too. I've been forced into making that choice. I don't like it, and I always leave the door open for anyone who wants to be a friend to come forward and, try and make that standard. Try and give me a reason to let them into my life. But I need to know I'm not going to get hurt by them. And I need to know they're going to allow me to express myself in the way I need to express myself. And yes, that does mean now that I will use a lot of expletives. But then this slow, corrosive effect of being sidelined, marginalized, not listened to, has created a very hard person. And yet, I still have enough compassion in me to worry about the other people going through benefits assessments, being forced to pay the bedroom tax and other things. I am not completely divorced from the human race, just mostly. So much so that my dad's death affected me not one jot. And the only friends I seem to have now are the fictional characters in TV shows, because they are I have more in common with them, whether they're well acted or not. I have more in common with them than I have with the rest of the real human race. There's something that was said in an episode of Babylon 5. I don't know whether it was about the doctor who was a drug addict or the security chief who was alcoholic. But the gist of it was, some people push you away because they need to be alone. That's what they need. Some people push you away to see if you care enough to follow them into hell. Well, I'm in hell. I have been for years, and a worse hell since 2014. And I have found no one who is willing to follow me into hell. So I can't push people away for that reason. I don't push people away to see if they'll follow me into hell, because I know that no one will, because no one has even tried. So I'm sorry if I've upset you by saying I have no friends, but it's the truth. Thanks for listening.